Hi Dabblers, it's Floz. If you haven't seen my face, here it is. I don't show my face very often. But anyways, welcome to another Stitch Babble where I talk about cross-stitch related non-physical things. Today we're going to talk about hobby budgeting. Yes, we're going there. For those of you who don't know this already, both my husband and I own this channel. I mainly focus on stitching videos and he pretty much does Warhammer or wargaming contents now exclusively. And together we also do hobby with us videos, talk about owning a greyhound, cooking, or whatever we feel like filming and share with you really. So if that sounds pretty cool, make sure to like our videos and subscribe to our channel. So let's go on this dabbling journey together. So let's get into it then, eh? If you haven't watched my first Stitch Babble video, I did say in that video in particular that I want to make this chill. But today I decide to glam up because we are talking about a very controversial topic and quite sensitive actually. So I want to make myself look presentable so I feel more confident, because makeup sometimes is a very good weapon and defense mechanism. So let me tell you how we decided on this hobby budget. If you don't know, I started cross stitch less than a year and a half ago. So I started in, I think, Victorian's first lockdown. So that's May 2020. I started with a kit. Even though I stuffed that one up, mid kit, I realized I actually quite enjoyed cross stitch as a hobby. So then I got into different cross-stitch Facebook groups, and obviously, boy, they always enable you in those groups, don't they? Also from there, I found floss tubes. More temptations. So I ended up knowing all these Australian crafting websites, and I wanted all the things because I had nothing. So then it's charts, mostly kits. I bought a lot of kits, needle minders, needles, not much thread, and not many fabrics. And you'll know what I have from I think my second floss tube video, which was my small cross stitch collection. So that's what I bought on a whim for the first, I guess, 5 months. So then from the bank statement, I realized, oh, $50 here, $100 here, $200 here. Until I finally bought the Lowry stand because I realized I needed a stand. And that particular purchase was like almost $500 because I also bought other things associated with it. So I was like, boy, this is getting a bit ridiculous, because it's not just me that spent money on hobbies. Obviously JP does on his, paints and brushes and books, rule books and models as well. So together that took a huge chunk of our, salary. And then one day we started talking about, oh, maybe we should somehow limit our spending. What should we do? So I came up with this budgeting strategy, and that's how everything started. So the purpose of budgeting for us is not to survive. We are lucky enough to, I guess, both have full-time jobs, so we earn enough to support I guess our normal living expenses and also what we enjoy doing. But we are a bit more conscious about, I guess, saving, which is not as common in our generation as it should be. So we do want to make sure we save enough, and also we have mortgage, so we want to be able to, you know, get that going as well. But we also have other hobbies, so we tend to spend quite a bit of money anyways. So we wanted to make sure we still have enough funds to be able to buy what we enjoy, and also have savings for like bigger plans in the future. Also, for the past few months, when I was, you know, spending all the money, I already had enough collection to, I guess, get this hobby going for a long time. So I wanted to limit what I buy so I can get whatever I have done in the next few years, obviously, because everything takes a long time to stitch. He has, I guess, similar problems too. He has a lot of models already. He has some of them hasn't even been like opened. So we just wanted to limit our collection. We also want to make sure we have enough storage for whatever we buy. So that's pretty much the purpose of why we want to budget. If you decide to do it, obviously you have your own purpose. Some of you might want to just purely save money, or some of you want to make sure you have enough money for, you know, your other things, like support your family, buy all the food, things like that. So if you decide to do it, you need to make sure you very clearly understand what the purpose of this budgeting strategy is. Okay, so now I'm going to tell you how we do our budgeting. We have this monthly fund of $50 a month each person, which means together it's $100 a month purely on hobby. So specifically, it's $50 per month for me on cross-stitch related things. That includes charts, kits, most of the like accessories, I guess, fabrics, whatever. Sometimes, let's say you buy scissors, that can be used on different things. So I guess if you want to be a bit more generous, you don't have to count that towards the budget. But most things will be included in the $50 a month. And you might be wondering, oh, what if, there's this really good discount on certain cross-stitch related things. I want to hoard a little bit. It's fine. We also have this unofficial rule that, yes, you can tap into your future funds just once, which means, let's say right now I only have $50, but whatever I want to buy, it's like $120. Then that means you have to tap into the future 2 months of your $50 per month budget. So once you really made up your mind to do it, then that means the next 1.5 months you can't buy anything. So it's easy, but it's also hard because you really gotta stick to this plan. You can't do it half-heartedly, otherwise it doesn't work. So I started this budgeting from November last year, so November 2020, after I made that big order that had Lowry's stand. So we have been doing this for getting to a year now. 10 months, 9 to 10 months. So far it's working really well, because if you think about it, $50 in terms of cross stitch, if you need something urgently, I guess tool wise, as long as it's not super luxurious, not one of those like collectible scissors, $50 can cover most things. Needles, some, few skeins of threads, like one piece of fabric, as long as it's not huge. So it's enough to cover most things if you need them urgently. But if you need something, like if you need to make a big purchase, a few months should be able to cover that too, because 4 months is $200. And if you want to, I guess, use your future funds, that even covers more, which means at 4 months, if you don't spend anything, you have your $200, and if you want to make a huge order, you can tap into the next 2 months to make a $300 order. But that means you really need to prioritize what you want. So by having a budget, the real benefit is you realize in terms of what you buy, there's always a threshold. You can like a lot of things, but what you buy needs to hit that threshold in terms of how much you want it, because you don't have enough funds to buy everything you want. I mean, that's life. You can never have everything you want, right? So you prioritize what you actually want to buy. Also, in terms of planning, you prioritize which one you want to start first. So if you want to gift someone something and that's going to happen, in 6 months, you're going to do it first. You're going to kit up that thing first, then something that's for yourself, maybe, years down the track. That means you limit your new starts, you limit your whips, you limit your collection. I guess for some people that might be a bad thing, but for me it's working great because I have limited stitching time, I have limited storage space. I want to make sure I start enough to keep myself entertained, so I have different projects to give me different stitching experience, but also at the same time I want to be able to finish things rather than starting plenty. Finishing is quite important to me, as well as enjoying the whole process. So in terms of JP, I think he, whatever he buys, he actually really needs, instead of, oh, I like it, I'm just gonna get it because I can. So that's something I did not expect at all. But in saying that, if you already got onto a big discount and you spent a lot of money, you used your future monthly budget, and there's another one coming, that means you can't do it. So I guess that's the only drawback. You can't get all the things. But then that's also why you decide to do it, because you shouldn't get all the things. I mean, you win some, you lose some. I hope I've explained this whole budgeting situation well enough. Obviously, ultimately, it's up to you how you want to live your life, how you want to spend your money. Different people have different ways of dealing things financially. I am just giving you my experience and how I do things, and it's working really well for me. So I decided to share with you guys, and hopefully makes you decide whether you want to budget or you don't. Because it's, like what I said, it's your life, it's your money. If you want to spend on all the things and you have the ability to do so, go ahead, good for you. But if you realize you always spend more than what you want to spend, you feel a bit impulsive when you buy, and you have all the collections in your drawers, but you don't have enough time to get to them, maybe think about budgeting, because it really helps with limiting your collection and makes you focus on what you actually want. So since I elaborated on this budgeting situation, and it so happens that right now I have $0 left. So next month in September, I finally will have $50 to spend. I think from now on, when I do the monthly Floss Tube update videos, I will also include how I spend my money or I don't spend my money. So I will give you all the information regarding how much, or like the pricing in terms of what I bought, so you know how I spent my money. I think that's fair enough with what I want to achieve with my channel. So I want to be completely transparent in terms of my haul. So that's also going to help me really sticking to my $50 a month budget. If I spend more than 50 and use up, you know, the budget for next few months, I'll also tell you, and all the pricing will be there. I can promise you. So I hope you find this video helpful. I know it's a bit weird on this FlossTube platform to have a voice telling you maybe it's a good idea to, you know, have a plan in terms of what you buy. Because hey, this crafting world is full of temptations. Everything is beautiful. Everything is something you want to collect. And you have all the people telling you, buy, if you like it, buy, because, you know, you don't want to try to limit your happiness. But there is definitely a sustainable way to still have happiness, but also have, you know, I guess longevity on purchasing in the long run. So that's the end of the video. If it helps you, if you also think, you know, budgeting is quite important, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel, and I'll see you next time.